Have you ever wondered why people hate others? It's a question that's been asked countless times, yet it never seems to lose its relevance or urgency. Hate, in its many forms, is a universal phenomenon. It transcends borders, cultures, and generations. It's as prevalent in our society today as it was thousands of years ago. And while it's easy to dismiss hate as a simple negative emotion, it's far more complex and deeply rooted than that. Understanding the origins of hate is essential. It helps us see the bigger picture, to recognize the underlying psychological reasons that drive this powerful emotion. This is the focus of our discussion today. We'll delve into the intricate workings of the human mind, exploring the factors that can lead a person to harbor such intense feelings of aversion towards another. It's a complex issue, and we'll dive deeper into it. To understand hate, we need to delve into psychology. This is the realm where our emotions, thoughts, and behaviors intersect, and it provides us with invaluable insights into the mysterious, often paradoxical nature of hate. Psychology plays an integral role in understanding human emotions, especially the negative ones. Emotions are not random. They are influenced by our thoughts, experiences, and social contexts. Hate, with its powerful, consuming nature, is no exception. It is a byproduct of our mental processes, shaped by our perceptions and experiences. Several theoretical perspectives and a wealth of research have attempted to decipher the psychology of hate. One of the most prominent theories is the social identity theory. This theory proposes that our self-esteem is tied in part to our group membership. We categorize ourselves and others into in-groups and out-groups. We tend to favor those who belong to our in-group while we may devalue, distrust, and even despise those in out-groups. This dynamic can foster hate, especially when resources are scarce or when our group's status is threatened. Cognitive biases also play a significant role in perpetuating hate. We tend to view the world through the lens of our own experiences and beliefs, which can distort our perception of reality. An example of this is the confirmation bias, where we pay more attention to information that supports our pre-existing beliefs and ignore contradictory evidence. This can lead to stereotyping and prejudice, further fueling the flames of hate. Fear and insecurity are also potent catalysts for hate. When we feel threatened or insecure, we are more likely to seek out scapegoats and direct our negative emotions towards them. This can manifest as hate towards individuals or groups that we perceive as different or threatening. However, it's important to note that these factors don't operate in isolation. They interact with each other and with our personal experiences and societal influences, creating a complex web of causation. For example, our in-group/out-group dynamics can be exacerbated by our cognitive biases, and our fears and insecurities can be amplified by societal messages and experiences of trauma. Moreover, hate is not an immutable, fixed state of being. It can be learned, and thus, it can be unlearned. Research suggests that exposure to diversity, empathy training, and cognitive behavioral techniques can help reduce hatred and promote understanding and compassion. In conclusion, hate is much more than just a strong dislike. It's a complex interplay of various psychological factors. It's a product of our thoughts, perceptions, experiences, and social contexts. By understanding these factors, we can not only better comprehend why hate exists, but we can also work towards solutions that promote empathy, understanding, and peace. Hate, it turns out, is more than just a strong dislike. It's a complex interplay of various psychological factors. Our environment and experiences shape us more than we might think. Let's delve into the concept of environment and its role in shaping our emotions, particularly hate. The environment we grow up in, the societal norms we live by, the experiences we've had, and the cultural context that surrounds us can all significantly influence our feelings toward others. This is especially true when it comes to fostering feelings of hate. Consider the environment of upbringing. If a child is brought up in a setting where certain groups are regularly degraded or mistreated, the child can internalize this behavior and develop a deep-seated animosity towards these groups. This isn't a reflection of the child's innate character, but rather a result of the environment they were exposed to during their formative years. Let's also consider societal norms. They can subtly shape our prejudices and biases, often without us even realizing it. When a society perpetuates stereotypes or discrimination against certain groups, it can foster a climate of hate. This societal influence can be so pervasive that it permeates our thoughts and actions, leading us to harbor hate without fully understanding why. Furthermore, personal experiences can also play a significant role. Negative encounters with individuals from certain groups can lead to generalized hate towards the entire group. This is a common psychological phenomenon known as overgeneralization. It's a coping mechanism, albeit a counterproductive one, that our brains use to make sense of the world around us. Lastly, cultural context is another influential factor. Every culture has its own set of beliefs, values, and prejudices. When these cultural elements promote hate or discrimination, it can lead to widespread animosity towards certain groups. But it's crucial to remember that just as our environment can foster hate, it can also nurture love, understanding, and acceptance. When we change our environment, challenge societal norms, reevaluate our personal experiences, and question our cultural beliefs, we can begin to dismantle the foundations of hate. Our environment can either nurture love or breed hate. Hate doesn't just harm the person it's directed at. Let's look at this more closely. When we harbor hate, it can be like carrying a heavy boulder. It weighs us down, it exhausts us, and it clouds our judgment. But the impact of hate goes well beyond the person who carries it. It has a ripple effect that can touch every corner of our society. Firstly, let's consider the personal consequences. Hate, like any strong emotion, can take a toll on our mental health. It can lead to anxiety, depression, and even cognitive impairment. It can skew our perception of reality, making us see threats where there are none. In essence, hate can imprison us in a world of fear and anger, stealing away our peace of mind and our ability to enjoy life. But the damage doesn't stop there. Hate can also lead to acts of violence. When we dehumanize others, when we see them as less than ourselves, it becomes easier to justify acts of aggression. Hate crimes, wars, and atrocities throughout history have often been fueled by hate. And these acts of violence don't just harm the victims, they tear at the fabric of our communities, creating fear and distrust. This brings us to the societal impact of hate. It divides us, creating an us versus them mentality. It fosters prejudice, discrimination, and bigotry, leading to societal tension and conflict. It hampers our progress towards a more inclusive and equitable society. And in today's interconnected world, where our actions can have global repercussions, the societal impact of hate can be far-reaching indeed. But here's the good news. While hate has the power to divide and destroy, understanding and compassion have the power to heal and unite. By addressing hate, by seeking to understand its roots and working to overcome it, we can mitigate its impact. We can foster healthier individuals and more harmonious societies. Hate is a destructive force that we must strive to understand and overcome. And with understanding, compassion, and a commitment to change, we can do just that. We've delved into the dark corners of the human mind today. We've taken a journey through the labyrinth of human emotions, unearthing the roots that nourish the tree of hate. The journey has been a complex one, as is the nature of hate itself. It's not a singular emotion but a cocktail of feelings, stirred by various external and internal influences. We started off by posing a question, the question of hate. What causes people to hate others? This question, seemingly simple, led us to the intricate depths of human psychology. We discovered that hate, like other emotions, originates from the human brain. It's a response to threats, perceived or real, and is often intertwined with fear and aggression. We continued our exploration by pondering the role of the environment in shaping these feelings. Our surroundings, our upbringing, the societal norms we are exposed to, all these factors play a pivotal role in the development of hate. They can amplify or mute our inherent prejudices, fears, and biases, ultimately determining the intensity and direction of our hate. The impact of hate, as we discussed, is far-reaching. It not only affects the individual who harbors it but also infects the society they are a part of. Hate can lead to conflict, violence, and division. It can erode the very fabric of our communities if left unchecked. As we conclude our exploration, it is vital to remember the complexity of hate. It is not a monolith but a multifaceted phenomenon, rooted deeply within the human psyche. Understanding this complexity is crucial in combating hate. We encourage you to reflect on your own feelings and behaviors. Are there instances where you felt hate? What were the underlying factors? By understanding our own emotions, we can better navigate the world and foster empathy and understanding. In conclusion, understanding hate is not an end in itself but a means to a greater end, a more empathetic, tolerant, and peaceful world. Understanding hate gives us the power to combat it, so let's keep questioning, learning, and growing together.